Hello and welcome back to VanillaCraft, where we are back at our starter base that we built last episode. Before we get started with what we are doing today, I have a little something to show you guys of what I did off camera. So in between episodes, I went and made a nether portal to connect us to the spawn portal. That way we don't have to travel the far distance in the overworld anymore. And when doing that, I went and traded with a piglin a bunch to try and get a Soul Speed 3 book, which I ended up doing, so our boots are fully maxed out now. While in the nether, I went and found a bastion and looted it really quick because I was not expecting to find one. And in the process of doing that, I got a ton of cool stuff, such as a netherite upgrade template, 2 netherite ingots, netherite scrap, and 1 ancient debris. So we are pretty much started on getting netherite already. But I ended up dying in the bastion, which was really funny. I have a replay mod footage of me dying. There were so many piglin brutes in one area, it was absolutely crazy. But luckily, I managed to get all of my stuff back. As you can see, I am in my diamond armor and everything. I just logged in my house, and I got a message from Bear saying to record the next time I get on. So obviously something... Oh, Holden was here. Okay, let's see what's happening. Okay. Oh, it's a little rabbit. All right, let's read this book. Greetings, Hey Squid. I have watched you care for my kind over many years, and for that I am eternally grateful. The 2 bunnies you rescued and cared for are with me now. I'm sorry for their loss if caused you any distress. As a token of much appreciation, please accept the statue of my kind. Yours sincerely, Big Bun. Aw, okay. So if you didn't see the last episode, our 2 unnamed rabbits at our temporary starter base died to a cat, and so I guess that this statue is for their remembrance from a rabbit called Big Bun. That's amazing, I love it. We're definitely gonna have to keep that there. Now, what are we going to be doing in this episode today? Well, we are going to take this nether portal and travel all the way to spawn. And as you can see, there is a spot right here in the shopping district at spawn where we are going to be building up our very first shop so we can hopefully get some profit. So I have gathered all the materials for our shop in here. You might be able to tell what kind of item we're going to be selling just from those blocks, but if you can't tell, then I will leave it a little bit of a surprise for you. So let's go and build up our first shop. And our shop is complete. So if you guessed that we were building a honey shop, you would be correct. I really love how this build turned out with all of the honey blocks used in it. I managed to get a bee head, and I don't know. It just is a really nice build. I really like the shape of the roof and just the color palette of it all. But inside, we have some more bee heads, so it looks like the bees are flying. We have a spore blossom up there to give us the particles. But then we have 5 different barrels for things to sell. So we're selling honeycomb blocks, candles, honey blocks, and honey bottles. I still need to fully stock the shop, but right now it's just basically the waiting game of waiting for our bee farm to produce. Now you may be wondering, bee farm? You have a bee farm? If you break this carpet, there is a way down here where we have 2 small little bee farms, one for honeycomb and one for honey bottles. All I am going to say is Bees are a pain. I went and got all of these beehives and bred the bees before putting them in the farm. And then I built this farm. It wasn't working for a bit. And then I accidentally let the bees out. Ended up having to kill most of the bees. And then I had to rebreed them and all of that. It was so much fun. Not really, but I am glad I managed to get it to work. It's definitely producing. Luckily, I made the right choice of building it at spawn. That way, when other people are around spawn, then it will produce. But that is our honey and candle shop all complete. Now we can finally start to make some diamonds. And we have a bee farm if we ever want to build with the honey blocks. I have made it back to our house, and I have our 2 netherite ingots that I got from the bastion, which I want to use and turn 2 of our tools into netherite. So after doing a bit of thinking, I want to turn our diamond silk touch pickaxe into netherite, as well as our sword. So now we have 2 of our tools in netherite, and at some point we will have to go netherite mining to get the rest of our tools and armor all upgraded. But now for the remainder of this episode, I want to go and build something in our area, just to add something to this area since I went and cleared all of these trees last episode. So we are going to go right over here, and we are going to be building a building to put a few villagers in. We don't really need villagers too much because we already have fully enchanted armor and tools, but it could be good to get some emeralds for wandering trader purposes, as well as to get some glass and golden carrots. So let's go ahead and build up a building to put a few villagers in. And we have our villager building. So I went with the same type of block palette theme that we did over at our hobbit hole. So we have a mushroom roof. We have some dark oak, mushroom stem, all of that. I really like how this build turned out. I made it with an open doorway. Hopefully mobs don't get in. I'll definitely have to spawn proof around just to make sure all the villagers are safe. But in here we have 8 villagers. I went with 3 librarians, 3 farmers, and then 2 masons. That way we can get glass, golden carrots, and then some terracotta and quartz. But it is just a small building for a few villagers. We don't need too many, so I just went with a small building, but I really like it. It's definitely a nice build to start in this area. But now we need to go and get some villagers. So I made this box with 8 beds so we can get 8 villagers for temporarily until we get all 8 into here. So we need to go travel over to a village. Luckily, there is one nearby, so let's go and head over. I'm only seeing 2 villagers at this village, so hopefully we will be able to get both of them. Let's grab this guy right here and start our long journey home. This is really slow. Don't you just love getting villagers? It's so much fun, isn't it? Not really. Alright, come on, sir, this way. You're going the wrong way. You need to just forget about your old life, because I have a brand new life for you. If you like to work, you will really like this job. And I think that villagers like to work because that's kind of their whole purpose in life is to work. We're almost there. This definitely wasn't as bad of a trip as I thought it was gonna be. And thankfully this villager was very cooperative. Perfect. 1 down, 1 more to go. And now we have our 2 villagers. So now I can start breeding them up to get all 8 villagers. I am going to do that off camera, oh, I totally forgot that they were in there. But by next episode, we will have all 8 villagers in here with 3 farmers, 3 librarians, and 2 masons. But with that being said, I think this is going to conclude this episode of VanillaCraft. We got a lot done with building our shop, getting to netherite tools, and building our first build in this little area over here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you are new here and haven't subscribed yet, definitely consider subscribing down below and joining us on our adventure. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye!